This episode of Trestle Tactics is proudly presented by Gordon Food Service.
Welcome to Trestle Tactics, a tips from Trestle short. We wanted to know what's going to make our podcasts more valuable to you. And the answers were simple. You want easy to implement tactics and strategies that will let you create an outstanding experience around your senior living food and hospitality programming. So let's dive in right now on today's Trestle Tactics. On this week's episode of Trestle Tactics, we're going to talk about interviewing mistakes to avoid. And to do that, I brought in one of the best, Katie Churchill from Full Spectrum Search Group. Katie's going to share with us the most common things she sees senior living directors and managers do in the interview process that can make things go awry.
Hi, I'm Katie. I wanted to talk to you about interviewing mistakes that we see with operators within senior living. First one being not calling soon enough for any application that comes into your system. This should be a call with a voicemail, the best phone number to reach back. Also, a text message right away of, hey, it's Katie. Just tried to call you about this position that you applied for. Give me a call back when you get this with your phone number. The other one that I want to talk about would be not following up after the interview timely. This is pretty critical, right? If you have a candidate that is sitting in your office and you're wanting to move them forward, schedule them to the next step that day, that moment. Scheduling them to the next interview not only lets them know that you're interested in them, but also lets them be able to go, wow, like I'm excited, right? I'm excited to be moving forward in this process. It's also a valuable time to provide feedback. Feedback can come in all different forms of, maybe you're not moving them forward. And in that case, let's provide them with reasons why. And you can even start it with, I want to be transparent in that we won't be moving you forward in the interview process. And I want to explain why if you're open to that feedback. Or candidate, we want to move you forward. However, in your next interview with my regional, I'd really like you to touch on X, Y, and Z. This allows the candidate to come prepared, speak to those skill sets with that interview so that you then know even more, do we want to hire this person? And actually, if your candidate says, well, I've actually never done X, but I'd love to learn more about it, it then gives you an opportunity to have that transparent conversation of what their skill set looks like, know where they're sitting today, and do they have the tools, right, in their toolbox to do the job? And also, do you then have the tools in your toolbox to coach and train to what you need them to do?
You go, go, go every day. So Gordon Food Service is there with personalized service, culinary expertise, and food-forward tools to move your business forward your way. We make getting what you need easy. At over 170 Gordon Food Service store locations, you can get restaurant quality products and supplies between deliveries or plan your own dinner party. For us, being in business is about more than profit. It's about community and partnerships. We call on suppliers to practice responsible sourcing and safety standards. We offer aid during natural disasters, and we promote employee education. Like you, we believe in sharing the good. It's what drives all of us to be our best. So together, we can grow and thrive. Go with Gordon Food Service.
The third thing would be not being prepared or, lack of preparation. I always recommend having their resume printed so that you can have a talking point, right, list. Be prepared with questions, topics that are concerned right now for you today and why you're even hiring for this position. I also think that having you ask the question, how do you learn best, will give you so much more insight to this individual. Is it a coaching side by side? Is it a show me once and I got it? Or is it more of a hands-on approach you would need to have with this candidate? And do you as the hiring manager then have the time, right? Or even the tools to be able to coach them to that training that they would need? I think also, and I love seeing this, we have a couple clients that do this, but they give real life based scenarios to hear the candidate's feedback or perspective on what they would have done or what they would have maybe done differently in the scenario. This is a great opportunity to kind of even more so have conversation of, that's interesting. Can you tell me more about that? And it's giving you more insight into their morals, their values, how they work day to day with other people. The other piece, and this is the biggest one, is not being prepared with an offer. This means understanding where they are financially today, having those hard questions, right? Have they reviewed the benefits package? Do they have full understanding of the PTO and sick time and 401k, and being prepared with an offer letter already typed out for a very prompt acceptance. It's a very competitive market. People are interviewing all sorts of places. And I think when we can get a verbal acceptance, we should immediately then have a follow-up of an offer letter so that they can sign and you can begin that onboarding process with that new team member. Just a little food for thought. Are we hiring for skill set or personality? These can obviously be intertwined, and we actually have a client that hires for both. So this person takes the candidate out to dinner before an offer is made. It's during the interview process, and they go out to dinner and they get to know them individually, outside of work, outside of their scope and their skill set. They spend time together. And I think what's valuable about this is, first of all, that hiring manager is trying to determine, can I spend time with you? Do I like you enough to spend so much time with you over the next 90 days, 120, whatever it might be, onboarding you, training you, spending time with you? Does this person have similar morals and values and perception of the industry as the company does? Can it be a good culture fit? And a lot of this is super telling during a breaking bread situation. So that would be another tip for you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Trestle Tactics. Be sure to like and subscribe on any of our channels, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to us. Also, be sure to follow us on any of your social media channels at Tips from Trestle. Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of Trestle Tactics.